Is that you?
I don't know.
Hello. Let's see if we're actually live.
So that private one is still showing.
We don't know if we're waiting on people or if we're actually live.
Is anybody there?
It just says we have one person watching, which is probably you.
It
is.
Oh, we are live?
Anybody there?
Wait, what does that mean?
We're live.
Okay, we're
Oh, here,
live.
okay, wait, I just got it. Okay.
We're trying to
Is
figure
anybody
this out.
there?
We have 3
Can you
people.
tell we have no clue what we're doing?
We think.
Hi.
4.
Welcome to Purled, Texas.
We're professionals.
Oh, turn your volume
Thumbs up.
up. Okay, I think we have it working.
We are not sideways like last time.
So welcome today, or tonight
Today's
if
the
you're
6th.
over in Europe. Yeah, Saturday the 6th for the 2024 Spring Knit-a-thon for Miss Knits. Thank you to Pia for setting this up. I'm Elizabeth.
I'm Melissa.
I'm Carrie.
So come on in. Thanks for joining us. We're going to talk a little bit about what we're wearing first. Carrie, you want to go first?
Yes, I'll go first.
Sorry, my
I
yarn's caught on
am
a...
wearing.
Clothes.
This pattern is called, it's a shirt, and it's called the Top Down Knit Pullover by Yarnspirations. And I made it with Karen cotton cakes, all in the cream color. It's actually made to, cotton cakes usually is self-striping, so it's made to be like self-striping, but I was lazy and I didn't want to have to mess with lining up my sleeves. So I just did it all in one solid color, and I love it. It's one of my favorite Texas knits because it's cotton and it's cooler.
Nice.
It looks great on you.
Thank you.
Yeah. Melissa.
This is my finished object. This is the Amy cardigan. Made the pattern's by Hohi Locatelli, and it's my FO2. I think I had this one on the needles for about 2 years. So it feels good to finish it. And if it's, I made the exact colors that she used in the pattern.
It's what yarn?
It is her Merino Sport in caramel, maize, esme, artisma, and emeline. Labian Sport Merino. I'm trying to be professional. I got notes, but I can't read my handwriting.
I got no notes over here. I'm winging it completely over here.
Oh, we have some people from Denmark. It's pretty late there, so thanks for hanging in.
Wow. Good morning.
Yeah.
Good morning.
Oh, yeah, because it's midnight there, right?
Yeah.
Happy Sunday. So, and I am wearing my Elton pullover, also from Hohi Locatelli, and I knit this in Stranded Dye Works, which Jude is no longer dyeing. He just shut down his dyeing business. He lost both his parents over the recent past, and decided to kind of find his own way now. So I can't remember what the color was, but anyway, it doesn't matter. But I wear this all the time. I love it. It's very lightweight, so it's good for Texas, even though it's mohair and merino. Because it's so airy, I can wear it pretty much anytime. So yeah. So okay. Well, how about finished objects? Carrie, you want to start? I'm
I
gonna
shall start.
Take a look at the comments here.
This isn't usually how we do things. However, I have a daughter that's having a baby this month, actually. She's due this month. So my finished objects have already been gifted. So I have pictures. We would usually insert these pictures, but since we're live, this is one of the baby blankets that I made. And it's called the Sharon Glamping Blankets. And it's made with...
Barocco Comfort?
yeah, Barocco Comfort Chunky. Yeah. So
That was such a pretty blanket.
it was very, very pretty. My daughter really, really loved it. This is just a plain crochet pattern. It's like a shell crochet pattern, and it's with what's the Hobby Lobby Yarn Bee? The sugar cotton wheel is what it's called, and it's in the Paris color. So she got that one. And then I made a pom-pom blanket for her. This is them
Wow.
at their shower. This is my daughter and her boyfriend, Cody. And they're opening the little pom-pom blanket there. So when Antonio was born 12 years ago, I really made a ton of pom-pom blankets. So Paige wanted a pom-pom blanket for this one. And then for Christmas, I made my niece a cardigan that she just gave me a picture. She's just like, hey, Tenta, I love this cardigan. Can you make one for me? I had no pattern. I completely winged it. She absolutely loved it. And I had a little bit of yarn left over. So I decided to make her a matching hat. And
nice.
her birthday
So
was
cute.
her birthday was in March, so I already mailed it. So there's her hat, which matches her cardigan.
Good
And
job.
lastly,
You have so many FOs.
this is the exact same pattern as the Pink Nights, the Sugar Wheel Cotton, but this one's the boy color. And this is all crocheted, and this is just gonna go in a bin in case somebody has a boy coming up. I figured I'd have some baby blankets in excess, so I didn't have to go crazy and make a whole bunch at once.
So Belinda from North Texas says you always make the prettiest blankets.
Oh,
You
thank you
do.
very much,
You do.
Belinda.
That's sweet.
Thank you.
And hi, Dorothy Freeman in Connecticut. So good to see you.
Those are all my FOs.
Okay.
Good.
I have this. I'm super proud
That
of.
was a big one for
It
you.
was big.
Did you weave the ends in? That's a
Yes.
big question.
And I blocked it, and I did a blocking video.
Yeah, I saw your blocking video. That was good.
And then I finally broke my yarn diet in February.
Melissa's been on a diet since.
I tried
January
really
1,
hard.
right?
Yeah, I made it
Started
past
the
my
new year.
birthday. And then one of our local yarn shops in Green, Texas closed down. And then I'm like, I have to buy something to support them. They're not officially shut down. They just moved to Michigan, and they still have their online shop.
Yeah.
But so that's where I went downhill. And then I was in Houston doing an open house, and I went to 2 yarn shops, and I got this Plymouth yarn stiletto. This one had a really good price point at $13.95, so I thought let's try it. But it's almost like a sport weight yarn, so I thought if I crank it really quick, it won't be stashed right. So this is
That's
I do have
logical.
2, and I Kitchenered them. They're all done, and they kind of have
Yay.
like a little bit of glitter to them.
They have a nice sparkle.
But it's a thicker yarn. It's almost sport weight, and it didn't have like 400 plus yards like normal stock yarn had. It has like 384 yards. And then this is colorway
even-
801.
It's even 110 grams instead of just 100.
So it's thicker. And my Dean and Bean machine had a hard time cranking the first one, but
Was
the
not happy
second
with
one
you.
was okay. Yeah,
Oh,
I
good.
dropped stitches on the first one.
Nice. Hi, Pia.
So,
Pia's on. And our friend Mary in San Antonio's on.
Hi, Mary.
And lots of people from Denmark. So that's impressive.
So these are my 2 FOs. I'm pretty proud.
Yeah, very good. I'm proud that you got that cardigan done.
Yes.
Now I can start mine.
Now that
Uh-huh.
you found your yarn.
Now that I
I
found my
finished
yarn.
it before you.
Yeah.
Finally
That
finished.
never
I already
happens.
started.
Never happens.
That never happens with any of us.
Yes, it does. It does.
Okay.
Okay. Okay, I have a couple things.
A couple.
Oh, they abused me last time because I said a couple and I had more than 2. I say a couple, meaning only 2, is kind of narrow-minded. So just expand your mind a little bit. You know,
Yeah, so a
could be
couple is
whatever
like-
you want it to be.
4 to 5, and a few is like 7 to 12.
So I made some socks, some hand knit socks. I made these for my mom. They're a pair of shorties. I actually went to a knitting retreat last month through Hill Country Weavers, which is our local yarn store in Austin. And I took a class with Lindsay Fowler. Took actually 3 classes with her, but one of them was on, actually I think took 2 that were on socks, so which was kind of interesting. But so I did a contrast cuff with a picot edge, and then it's a hung hem, which was interesting. I've never done a hung hem by hand. I've only ever done it on my Earl Blocker Speedster CSM, so that was fun. And then I just did a very light contrasting heel, and I did a slip stitch heel, which was fun. So those are for my mom. And the yarn is from Suburban Stitcher on her glitter sock base in the colorway Desperately Seeking Cool.
Oh.
Yeah. And then I used the remaining yarn, and I was inspired by Melissa's socks last podcast. The Thursday Night Socks by Sock Witchery Designs. And I made a pair of Thursday Night socks.
It's a fun pattern.
And I did just a little touch of, this was just like scraps. It was Malabrigo, a sock. And then the same Suburban Stitcher yarn. Heel flap and gusset with slip stitch heel. And then in the class that I took with Lindsay, one of the things she does on a lot of her socks is put this little bit of a color right there, a little stripe, kind of like athletic socks. And so I thought that was cute. Yeah. They look really cute when they're on. So, yeah, so 2 pair of hand knit socks for me.
Almost commercial looking.
Yeah. And then I have also finished 2 sweaters. So I made
She's a machine.
No Frills cardigan, but it's modified because I made it shorter.
Oh, it's so pretty.
This
What
is by
yarn?
Petite Knit. And I
It
did not
smells
put the
good.
pockets in yet because I can't decide if I want them. So I'm going to wear it a little bit without. And then I also modified slightly. I did just a straight sleeve all the way down to the end. I did a rapid decrease, and then the I think it was 3 inches of ribbing or 4 inches of ribbing that called for. So I have a little bit of a balloon effect on the sleeve, but it's a really nice fabric. The yarn I used is Madeline Tosh, and this was super old stash. I talked about it last time on our podcast. Madeline Tosh Merino Light in the colorway Coquette. You can see it's that. And then the mohair I used is from Artistic Lily, who's no longer dying, and it was called Vintage Valentine on her must-have mohair base. And so these were the colors separate. And this is the fabric that they made, which I think is lovely.
It is.
Yeah. So I was very pleased with that. And I love the cardigan. I think I'll get a lot of use out of it.
It feels really nice.
Yeah,
It
does.
smells
Thank
good.
you.
Or
Thank
that's your
you.
lotion. I don't
Yeah.
Darlene wrangled her into that sweater.
Yeah, she did. She did.
Shiloh wants the sweater, so Darlene's making it and wrangled me into making it too. But I'm not done like Elizabeth. I'm just barely at my underarm.
And then I cast on, and I'm not sure, I think maybe Jody Brown from the Grocery Girls talked about this sweater, and I had like tied it because I thought it was cute. The Wilfreda sweater by Vincha Rolled. I'll show you the picture of it. And so I had this lovely yarn that I got from the Kinetic Knitter in the colorway Orange Peel, and I mixed it with Knitting for Olive Blood Orange. So this is kind of a warmer orange, and this has almost like a pinkish red cast to it. And the sweater is delightful.
I know.
Oh,
We don't hate Elizabeth. We love Elizabeth. We're proud of her.
so you can see that cable work, and this knit up so fast, and I made it short sleeve, so I'll wear it a lot here in Texas. And I can wear it with a shirt under it if I want, or a blouse. And it made a really nice drapey
That's nice.
drapey fabric. Isn't that nice?
Yeah, that really is.
Yeah. And the color, I think this is an orange combo that pretty much anyone could wear because it's got warm and cool together. You know what I mean? And so I think anyone could wear this color. But I love it. I love the sweater. I loved knitting it. It was so much fun. Just this little bit of cable was just enough to kind of, engage me. And
Is it twisted rib?
yes, twisted rib. Sorry. Yep.
Very pretty.
And trying to think. Oh, and then the other unique thing on it is that it has some short rows in the back to make the back a little bit longer, which is a nice
Nice.
effect. So I'm definitely gonna make another one of these because I just loved the whole process, and I love the yarn combination. So those are my finished objects.
I almost
beautiful.
bought yarn to make that too. When I was in Dallas.
Okay.
I probably have enough yarn to make one.
Oh, we have someone from West Texas. Got some Texas people. Nice. Oh, where are the Faroe Islands? I have no idea where that is, but it sounds pretty exotic.
Sounds amazing.
And interesting. So, hello.
So Carrie, what are
goodness.
you working on?
My whips.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so I have a few. Most people know that I do the blanket club with Jimmy Bean's wool. And this year it's a brand new yarn by Madeline Tosh called Blanket. It's called like Blanket Yarn. It's not for sale yet. It's exclusive to the kit, I think. It's just called Tosh Blanket. And I've got a couple of different colors. There was, sorry for the crinkling. This was January. This was February. Need help? Nope. And this was March. So those three. That's the leftovers. And then
You're the blanket machine.
I actually blocked them. I don't
Wow.
yeah, I know. I don't usually
What is
block.
up with you? Do you have a fever?
You have ends. You have ends.
Well, because I'm going to seam them together, so I didn't know if I needed those
Yeah.
ends. So
Oh, beautiful.
this was a January block. This is a January
Show the
block.
detail. You can see the lace detail.
It's called Herbarium Blanket is what it's called.
So
it's on
pretty.
every square is just a little bit different. This one's a February. That's blocked. And then I'll show you a non-blocked one.
When they go together, are you alternating colors or is
yeah,
there...
it's kind of like patchworked,
Yeah,
and then
okay.
and then we've got some different edges and trim and
That's
stuff.
gonna be really pretty.
It really is. Now that's a February blocked. Now this is another
Beautiful.
February one that I didn't block yet.
Oh my
Do you see the
gosh.
difference?
Wow. Well, Carrie's a really tight knitter too.
I am a very tight knitter.
Oh yeah, you can
Yeah.
feel that. That color's really pretty.
Yeah. And then this is a blocked March one. This one's got like little twists, left twists and right twists.
Oh, that's pretty too.
And this is an unblocked March one, which has, this one's actually this is the front. This one's really unique because you like dip down 4 rows below and pull out a big long loop and then bring
really
it,
pretty.
and then you bring it back up to the row that you're knitting on. It's kind of neat.
Pia says the Faroe Islands are cold and very beautiful, but we'd freeze.
I definitely would.
Okay, we'll just dream about it.
It's sweater weather there.
That's awesome. So, Carrie, is it 2 blocks a month you do? Is that?
It's kind of like they kind of change it up. I think in the coming months, so far it has been 2 blocks a month,
Okay.
and then in addition,
You're
we
making
have this
bookmarks.
little
It looks like bookmarks.
3-inch that you just keep adding on to January, February, March. You're making 2 of them because I think they're going to start like once you get the blocks in the middle done, which are all like 9-inch blocks. Then we start having like trim at the top and trim at the bottom, and then we're going to start going like kind of around it rectangularly. So
Wow.
I'm not really sure which yarn comes when, but this is January, then February, and then March. And they keep tell you to put it on a holder because I'm probably going to add the next few months. I don't know for how far, but
That's
so
fun.
there's that. And then I'm doing the shawl kit too. So for the shawl kit, you have to make 2 triangles. This is January. This is all that's done in January. Hold on, I got stuck on my... this one's
Oh,
January.
it's itty bitty.
It is, it's itty bitty. And then I'm gonna,
Color work in it?
yeah, well, you just change it's kind of striped.
Oh, okay.
And then I have another one. You work them separately. So this is just January's yarn. Then February's yarn is, I think these 2. This will add. It'll keep striping. And then March's, which I haven't gotten to yet. It's just like small. It's only a 6-month program, so, or club. So it'll be done in 6 months. I think I have maybe a little bit of a picture of how it's supposed to look. So this is the bottom triangle and then the top triangle, and then we're gonna pick up stitches and then go out.
It's kind of like the construction of, I think it was Fading Point by Hohi Local.
Very similar. This my ink, my color ink is running out when I printed this, so this isn't true to color, but that's the pattern kind of laid
Pretty.
out, finished.
pretty.
And then the only other thing I'm working on is the no frills cardigan that Elizabeth has finished. Both Darlene and I are still working on ours because we're not as fast as Elizabeth. So.
It's okay. We still love her.
And I'm doing this one.
And you.
Thank you. I'm doing this with barnyard knits.
So pretty.
So Pernille says the Faroe Islands have more sheep than people to make wool for very nice and warm sweaters.
Then we would love it.
That's awesome. I love it. Sheep are nicer than people anyway.
So funny thing, my aunt, who lives in South Dakota, one of the Dakotas, she had sheep when I was younger, and only 2 of them, and she named one Stu and the other one Pit. And then when she called them in, she would be like, "Come here, stupid."
Oh no.
Because she says sheep aren't, maybe the sheep she had weren't very smart. So that story kind of sticks in my head.
That's funny.
When people
That
say
is
they
kind
have,
of cute.
when they have sheep. I'm like, oh.
That's really cute.
I'm sure, I don't know what kind of sheep they wear, but it's funny.
Did you show this up close?
Well, yeah, this is the fabric that it's making.
Beautiful.
This is the no frills cardigan. I had like little stitch markers to count my rows, and this is with Barnyard Knits in the Plum Blossom and
color is
Shibui.
gorgeous.
Mhm.
The Silk
It feels so
Cloud.
nice.
This is the old Silk Cloud that it's not under Madeline Tosh, but it has come back. So this was discontinued. It has come back, but not this color,
That was
unfortunately.
a great
So
color. That
Mhm.
was like bone.
It's
is it
called Bone.
Yeah,
Mhm.
just so neutral.
It's called Bone, and it is great. But they have an ivory, but it wasn't the same. So anyway, so that's what I'm making with those. Those are my only whip, my only active
Yeah.
whips.
I only have
'Cause
one.
God knows I have a million.
So our friend Jennifer and I, we are doing this where we work on a sock, and then we finish the sock, and then we work on an old whip, and when that's done, then we
Oh.
work on a sock again. So this was my old whip project. So she's like, "What sock do you want to make next?" And I'm like, "Don't give me choices," but I'm like, "Do you have the 52 weeks of sock books?" And she's like, "Yes." So we are working the very first pattern in that book, which is intersections. And I really need to make a copy of these pages so I don't
Yeah.
keep this book along with me wherever I go. So this is the one that we are working on. It is toe up, and I'm doing mine toe up, and she is doing hers cuff down. So it'll be fun to see how they turn out. Let me show you mine. I'm using yarn that was in my stash that I won a long time ago. But
Oh my God, so pretty.
Where'd you win it from?
Lucky You, when it was
Oh gosh.
back in the day.
Yeah.
So this is mine so far, and this yarn will knit up like a gradient.
You can see it on the
Mhm.
this side a little bit better, the gradient. Yep. There you go. Very pretty.
Yeah. So it's fun. It's about an 8-row repeat, and I'm enjoying it a lot.
That's a nice yarn for that pattern too.
Mhm.
'Cause you'll-
It's a Regia yarn.
Mhm.
The perfect.
Perfect pair.
Mm-hmm.
Perfect.
Perfect.
And then I was trying to figure out exactly what it was. So I didn't know my phone has like a Google Translate app.
Oh.
So it'll show you what all the German words mean.
Oh.
So I'm like, that's cool. And so I'm gonna probably primarily be working on the socks, but I was working on another Ho-He pattern. So I got a little bit more work done on this granny cardigan.
Oh, I love that
Mm.
one.
So this might be my next project that I work on when my socks are done.
Very pretty.
Is that the only other sweater you have on the needles?
As far as what I've found in my house.
Show the back. Yeah, it's so pretty. All those cables.
Mm-hmm.
Gorgeous.
And then
And what yarn is this again? Blue Sky?
it is Blue Sky.
Mhm.
I got this at Hill Country Weavers. This is the wool stoke worsted. And it's 100% fine Highland wool in colorway 1303 Highland Fleece. So I only needed about like 5 skeins of this, and I'll have lots extra because they're 150 gram skeins. So. And then this is how much I have left of my first skein.
That's pretty good.
That's pretty good,
It's
though.
got a lot of the sweater done in one skein.
Yeah. So those are my only two that I'm going to stick with for a little bit.
Very good.
What about you, Elizabeth?
I only have one web. And I pulled it back out. I wasn't going to, but I just needed something quick to knit and kind of mindless. We have a lot of doctor's appointments for my father coming up, so I needed something real easy. So this is my Soho Square by Jackie Rose. It's based off the half and half triangle
triangles.
wraps from Purled Soho, and then she kind of redid it with stripes. And the colors I'm using are dark denim, pink pop, bright orange, and I always forget this one. And I don't know where it is, but it's this gold color. I don't know what it's called.
Very pretty.
But maybe butterscotch or something. I don't know. Anyway, so now I'm on the second half. So here's where you turn the corner, and it'll grow then to catch up to this side.
It looks really
It's
big.
huge. It's huge.
Holy cow. It feels amazing.
And
though.
it's all
Oh
linen
my
quill. I'm sorry, it's all
gosh.
linen quill from Purled Soho.
It's beautiful.
So, which is
gorgeous.
really nice to knit with. I love knitting with that yarn.
Mhm.
It has like a spongy feel to it,
Uh-huh.
and it's got a lightness at the same. It's heavy and light at the same time. It's hard to maybe heavy and cool at the same time. Is a
Maybe
better way to
because
say
the
it.
linen.
Yeah,
Sure, because it's linen.
yeah, and so it's really a unique yarn. I love it. So, yeah. So I think I'm 55% done.
Good. That's good.
Would you like for me to make you a spreadsheet?
Yeah. And I gotta show you these cute. I think these are just adorable. These new stitch stoppers I got.
No, I was
These bookworms. Little worms with glasses. I think they're hilarious.
They're funny.
So,
They're cute.
yeah, so that's really my only whip.
I heard you cut Darlene off of buying stitch stoppers.
I did. And then she ordered some. She says, no judging. She puts a comment on her order. That was funny.
They're awesome.
So,
What do you have? What stash enhancements? How have you helped our economy?
Oh,
Elizabeth?
see that pile over there? I'm not going
Oh,
through it.
okay.
No, but I did want to show a couple things that I got just because it involves my knitting that I'm going to be doing. So, when I was at the Hill Country Weavers retreat that I spoke about in March, so the owner of Hill Country Weavers sadly passed away last fall, I think it was. And so this retreat was kind of bittersweet because it might be the last. They're not sure. They're taking a year break. So anyway, all of the vendors that came, the independent yarn dyers, indie dyers, did a colorway in her name. So it was the Suzanne colorway. So Amy from La Biena May was there, and this was the colorway, Suzanne, that she did. And I got this in the Cashmerino fingering weight and the Kumo, which is the 74% baby Surrey alpaca and 26% mulberry silk. And so it's like pink and like a
I
caramely
love it.
color, a
Mhm.
little bit of green and blue flecks, a little tiny bit of purpley almost. And what I plan to do with this, and I never thought I would have wanted this sweater, but I tried the sample on and I just loved it. So the Traveler Shell from Andrea Mowry, when I first saw it, I was like, oh yeah, it's cute. It's just not my style, not my thing.
That's not mine either.
But I tried the sample on.
and you
and-
loved it.
It was like, I put it on, it was like a big hug. And I was like, oh, I have to knit this. So I bought the yarn for it. And I don't know if I'm going to wear it as a sweater out, but I'm probably going to wear it more as like a sweater in the house, almost like
Sure,
over my
sure,
pajamas,
sure,
you know,
sure.
on a Saturday morning when I'm knitting kind of thing.
Uh-huh.
in
Yeah,
the
of
winter.
course.
So that's what I plan to do with that.
It's gonna be beautiful.
Yeah, and then, so I have the Knitting for Olive book, which is really a lovely book. I showed that in our last podcast. And there's a sweater called the Puff Tee, which is a very classic pullover with just little puffed sleeves. And I bought some Mayak.
That's super soft.
Yeah, this is the baby yak in the color black. And then Ito Sensei, which is 60% mohair, 40% silk. And this colorway is actually called dark brown, but it's so dark that it looks black except for the
does.
core. And
Oh my
I
gosh, that's
thought
beautiful.
those two together would make a really interesting fabric. So hopefully I'm right.
I think you are. That's gonna be beautiful.
I spent a lot of time talking to Paula from Mayak. She is such an interesting woman. If you don't know her whole story, she's got some videos and things out there. Oh, her story is amazing, absolutely amazing. And she and her husband do so much good for the people of Tibet. It's just amazing. So I was very happy to support her, and I'll have I got some other of her yarn as well. So I'll have some good projects to kind of remember that. And then I do hope to get to one of her retreats in Italy.
Oh, that would be fun.
Yeah, not this year, but maybe in a 2-year time period. I don't know. That's
Sure.
kind of on my radar. So, yeah. So those two things.
But wait, what Elizabeth didn't share
What?
was that she got
Oh!
to hang out
I did.
with Amy from Lobby Anime.
I did. That was so much fun. I was so excited to show her. So that yellow sweater I just made the pattern up, and I think I wore it the last knit-a-thon that we did in October. I had just finished it, and so I used Lobby Anime yarn in there, the Lobby Anime yellow, and it was very bright, along with a couple other strands, one from Suburban Stitcher and one from Knitting for Olive. And so I was very excited to be able to show Amy that, and she loved it. And so she's like, I have to take your picture and show my stuff. I'm like, okay. So she took, like, 2 different occasions, she took my picture in that sweater. It's kind of cute.
That is cute. I just
Yeah.
thought it was a great
It was
picture.
funny. So that was fun, a lot of fun. But we got a really nice swag bag as part of the retreat. And one of the things that I wanted to show that was in it was one of these yarn carriers from Lemon.
I've been seeing
Lemon
those.
something. Lemon, I don't know. But it's got the Hill Country Weaver HCW on it. It was specially designed for them. And it's so that you can put a ball of yarn on and you knit from the outside, so you're not pulling from the inside. And then you can knit on the go, or you can hang it in a car or on a seat in a
Those are
plane or
neat.
whatever. So I have not used one. I don't know if any of you have used them. If you like them or not, I'm anxious to know, and I'm actually anxious to use it and see if I like
It's
it.
beautiful.
Really cool.
It's just really pretty too, right? I love the gold. So
It looks like it's really well made too.
yeah, exactly. A lot of detail. And then another neat thing that was in our swag bag was this pouch from Lobby Anime, and then it was co-branded with Hill Country Weavers. And it was really interesting because I guess Amy had shown this to Suzanne the last time she saw her, and Amy didn't know when she came to the retreat, because she was there. She didn't know that Suzanne had ordered these. And so she was very touched by it. And
That's awesome.
so it's just like a nice kind of an envelope style pouch. And then inside there was this little strap that you can put like your headphones or cable of some sort. It's like a cable wrap. And then there's another little pouch in there for notions. And this is all that nice Venketta leather, which you'll wear over time. And then this is for your needles, so you can put your needles through. You can either put double points, or you could put your interchangeables or circulars and just wrap the cable and then put it down.
That's
So
awesome.
yeah, so just thought it was kind of a cute little thing. And Amy said she uses hers all the time. I think it's so adorable.
It is cute.
It's
Very.
very cute.
Something I probably wouldn't have bought if I had seen
I probably wouldn't have either.
Yeah, but
it's very
I
useful.
really like it now. So
Yeah.
Anyway, one other thing I wanted to talk about was that so one of the other classes I took was on colorwork design, which was kind of interesting, and it was from Catherine Clark, I think is her last name, from Brooklyn General Store, who was fabulous. And we did a little bit of kind of designing on graph paper in the class, and we were in groups and we kind of helped each other out. And so I had 2 really nice women, one from Austin and one from College Station, Texas. And the woman from College Station, Texas was actually from Michigan, from Ann Arbor.
Wow.
So it was like, oh my gosh, such a small world. Yeah,
Uh-huh.
it was really fun. Anyway, it was just a lovely, lovely class, and So this is the swatch that I designed. But the reason I'm sharing it is because I wanted to tell you about it. So for me, because she's very much about the story behind colorwork designs and like drawing pictures and attaching a story to it, which I think is really interesting and kind of neat. So this was, and I didn't have the best choices of yarn because I brought it not knowing what I was doing, but this is a heart. And for me, it's planted into the ground. So it's like a heart flower. And then my heart is always guarded. so this is the outer shell of my heart. And what was really interesting is that Catherine came around, she said, okay, that's good, but I want you to leave this open up here. So if you can see that, she's like, I want you to leave that open up there so that all the bad can flow out and all the good can flow in. And I just thought, well, instantly it made me tear up. Which a lot of people were crying in that class. Yeah. But anyway, so that's the meaning behind my little swatch. And
I would frame that.
yeah,
I would
I
frame
might.
it.
I don't know. I
Or
might.
redo it in brighter colors.
Yeah, I might.
But keep that.
Yeah, I'm definitely gonna keep. Yeah, normally I rip my swatches back out and knit with them because I hate wasting yarn. But I'm probably gonna keep this one.
Yes, for sure. That's really
So.
sweet.
Yeah, it was really nice. And my mother wrote a little book review. Thought I'd share that.
Oh, yay.
Just a quick one. So she read a book called Sunrise Cove by Jill Shalvis.
Oh, I've listened to this book.
Oh, you did? Okay. She said it's a heartwarming story about the choices we make and the love we let in our lives. The book tells us about a young woman trying to save the Apple Ridge farm. She, her misfit help, and a variety of rescued animals will keep you laughing.
Oh,
If you need a lighthearted, funny romance, this is a fun book. So,
It is.
would you
It
agree
was-
with that?
It was very fun.
Okay.
It was absolutely fun.
So it's a Sunrise Cove by Jill Shalvis, if anyone's interested.
Yeah.
So,
And you
thought I'd share
know,
that.
I'll have to tell her before I leave, if she liked that book, I have an author that I follow. Her name is Amy Dawes, and she's coming out with a new book. I actually got an advanced listener copy. It's my first audio advanced listener copy. I've done ARCs before, which is an advanced reader copy, but this is my first ALC, and I'm listening to it right now, and it is just as cute and just as heartwarming with animals and romance and, you know, saving, you know, sheltered pets and things of that nature. It's called 9 Month Contract because she's a surrogate, and it's coming out Thursday, April 11th. So
Oh, neat.
I'll have to tell Nancy to get that one because I
Yeah.
think she'll enjoy it.
Do you have any stash enhancements?
No, I have enough stash.
Oh.
I have tons of stash.
I mean, so do I. and
Sorry.
Elizabeth doesn't have
So
enough.
it looks like a lot of people use those yarn things and say that they're really nice.
So that's good.
And Kathy Pinkerton from Azo? I don't even know where that is, Texas. Is that near Dallas or Houston? Valley? I have no idea. Never heard of that city. But hello.
Do you have stash?
I do.
Oh, Melissa
That's a
has
lot of
stash.
stash in there.
No. Don't judge me. I haven't bought yarn all
Hey,
year.
I wasn't
except for- okay.
judging.
So I got the double Sunday.
Sandisgarn.
Yes. From,
Oh,
what do you call it? From Woolen, that yarn shop that closed.
Farm to Needle.
Farm to Needle. Sorry, my
That
brain
moved,
just
not
stopped
closed.
working.
Yeah.
Oh,
Oh.
sorry, my bad. That's my leftovers.
Just gonna put it down there so it doesn't crinkle.
So I'm gonna make the Oslo hat out of that.
Nice.
And then the 2 yarn shops I found in Houston were the Yarn Store Boutique and the Social Knitworks. So one of them I bought buttons for this sweater, my Amy cardigan, and then I got the yarn, I believe this one I got at the Yarn Boutique. And then the next one, the Social Knitting, I got this one. So,
Nice.
and
This
then
is pretty.
I was up in Dallas this week, and Elizabeth was talking about how awesome the McKinney Knittery is.
I
We're
can't
all
believe
like
that's your
travelers
first
of the
time.
world, man. I stayed home all week.
Well, I went up there for a conference, and of
Nice.
course, a half-hour away was a McKinney Knittery. So the first place I went to was a McKinney Knittery. And
Love
I
that.
walked in there, and I was like, I got really overwhelmed because it was so beautiful and so many samples, and I'm like,
Isn't it amazing?
I was
It
like,
has such a nice feel in that store too.
You were
It's
like,
so
I have to
homey.
use the restroom here.
I did.
all the
I did.
time.
I used the restroom because it was like a 4.5-hour drive.
Yeah.
And I drove straight through. I passed so many Buc-ee's, but I kept going.
Oh gosh.
And I even texted Elizabeth. I'm like, oh my gosh, this place is amazing. So I circled the store like 500 times, and then I decided to look up this yarn. This is the Tweety yarn by Hedgehog Fibers. And this is
It's pretty.
the Moonlight colorway.
It's like a light blue gray, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's really pretty.
With the pops of tweed,
yeah,
all this little
yeah, the
confetti
colors, tweed.
colors.
I love that kind of yarn.
So I got 6.
And what is the cardigan you're gonna make?
It's an
Andrea
Andrea
Mowry.
Mowry. It's her winter break, winter something or other cardigan. It has cables in it. I don't know why I've been really obsessed with cables
Well,
and
you're a good cable knitter, so
Yeah.
yeah, that's one of your strong
Winterberry,
suits.
winter something.
Winter beach cardigan?
Yes,
Something?
nailed
Yeah.
it. So
Okay.
I'm gonna make that one eventually.
That'll be nice.
And I feel like having a sock machine makes you want to buy more sock yarn because you can crank it. So
That's
I'll
so
be
true.
making socks.
So true.
So yeah, that's it.
All right. Well, I don't know. Do you guys have any future knitting plans other than that? Do you have any other?
I just want I want to catch up with my clubs, right? So
Yeah.
I didn't finish my blanket clubs from last year because I just got sidetracked with a bunch of Christmas knitting and stuff. So my goals are kind of just to catch up on my blanket club this year and my shawl club this year, and also catch up last year because I got 2 blanket clubs last year and 1 shawl club last year. So they're not done.
Nice.
So yeah, I'd like to finish those up.
Do you guys have any questions for us?
Yeah, that's good. Hedgehog is awesome.
It is.
Yes.
I haven't used it a lot, but I'm excited to get into it. I'm just wondering if I need to, like, what do you call it? Where you switch every 2 rows?
Oh, alternate.
Alternate skeins with that. I'm not sure if it qualifies as hand dyed or not. So
I bet you wouldn't have to
I
on
would have
that.
to.
I don't
I
Okay.
think there's
Yeah.
probably. It looked like they were. Well,
Hey.
I mean, we take
I
the
didn't-
labels off and look and see the skins.
Yeah, because I don't think I saw a dye lot on these.
Yeah. They all looked pretty similar.
Mhm. Yeah. So this will be definitely fun.
Is that DK?
Yes.
Nice.
Mm-hmm.
Very nice.
Yep.
Helical knitting. Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's better.
Yeah.
Helical knitting.
Yeah. I
Is
was
that still in the
doing.
round?
I mean, if you're doing it
It's in the
round.
round. Yeah.
That's like per row.
Yeah.
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 Mhm.
I do that.
I think it would
to
be-
alternate skeins in
yeah.
the round. Yeah, that's a good one.
I think it'd be fun just to make a pair of socks where you helical knit, just to see how they stripe up. You know what I mean? Like 2 different colors.
Oh, 2 colors.
And just work a sock, like a plain sock, and you
Oh,
can see how
yeah.
it'll stripe up. That would be fun to do with like scrap yarn.
That
you know
would.
what I mean?
That
Like,
would.
So be
Yeah.
a little side.
Yeah. So my job changed. I got.
Again.
Well, I still have the same. Kind of the same job, but I'm taking a hybrid role. So I'm going to be supporting 2 national or 1 national distributor instead of 2, and then I'm taking some of our regional distributors. So the good news on that is that I'll be getting to go to Dallas more often. So the McKinney Knittery and West 7th will.
It would be so fun to do a knitting retreat up there.
Yeah.
That whole like neighborhood or area is just beautiful.
It's really pretty up there.
Like all the
I love McKinney.
restaurants and
They should do like a crank-in or something.
That would
Do
be
any of them
fun.
have
I don't
machines?
know. I don't.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know. I'm sure there's a lot of people in Dallas that have that have CSMs.
Sure.
Yeah. Oh, someone wants to know if we are going to any spring or summer festivals. Yeah, Pia, we can meet up more. Exactly. I have more reasons to be up there, so I can work around your schedule.
I think
That's awesome.
His son's in Dallas, yeah.
Yeah, Plano. Mm-hmm.
I believe Yellow Rose is coming up in April, the one in Seguin,
Oh,
but I haven't
that's
been
right.
to that one in a while. That would be fun to go to.
Yeah.
Let me look it up quick. And I know Dallas Fiber Festival's in September, right?
Yes.
Mhm.
Oh, I'm going to be up I have a big event in mid-September. I have to check the dates and see if it coincides. That'll be good if it does. 'Cause
Yeah,
I
that
can
would be.
coordinate that trip. I love when I can coordinate my work trips with my yarn.
My yarn
You know what's
adventures.
more important.
Okay,
Yeah.
Yellow Rose is April 26th.
I haven't been to
So-
that in a couple of years.
I haven't either.
Oh, that's when I'm going to be in the valley. Going to South Padre. I'm gonna be South
I'm
Padre
hoping to
that
have a baby by then. Not mine, but a grandchild.
Grandbaby.
Are you
Maybe.
gonna? I'm like, do
Yeah.
you need to tell us something, Carrie?
Someone said DFW is September 22nd.
Okay.
That sounds about right. Okay, I'm
Yeah.
gonna be there the 16th, so I might have to go 2 weeks in a row. We'll see.
This is a fun one to go to. DFW. I missed last year.
Yeah, I know Pia's going to Rhinebeck this year.
Oh, is
And,
she?
yeah, I'm so contemplating, but my dad's health is not good right now, so I don't think I can plan to go there for that time frame. But that is definitely on my bucket list.
Same.
Definitely on my bucket
It was
list.
on my bucket list as well, but wasn't there a bunch of controversy about it last year?
That was Woolham Folk.
Okay, that's like
think
just
the-
farther north from
some-
Rhinebeck.
Yeah.
Yeah, different
Yeah,
area.
they're all like there's like cake and there's like three
Three or
things
four?
at the same like Thursday, Friday, Saturday, or what Sunday kind of
Sure.
thing. Leading up to Rhinebeck, and I think there was some problems. Yeah.
So who's watching the eclipse on Monday?
Yeah, so that's really where the
That's
solar
like news
eclipse
for us. Yeah,
is like paralyzing Texas right now. We're
It
in the
is.
path.
it is.
I mean, so much so that Travis County, which is where Austin is, declared a state of emergency, and Hill Country
And-
Weavers shut down for 2 days, Sunday and
they're
Monday.
they're not the only county that declared
All
a
the
state of
schools
emergency.
are off.
Mm-hmm.
Kerrville, Kerr County, Bell County. There's another county I can't think of the name, but more towards the middle of the path. So I'm in San Antonio, but I'm on the northwest side, over by what's called Leon Valley area, and so I'm gonna have like a minute and a half of darkness, I think, or a minute and 56 seconds. But like in Kerrville, they're
Mhm.
gonna have four and a half, almost 5 minutes of darkness because they're right in the center. So yeah, it's kind of craziness. Schools
It is
closing or,
bonkers to me.
or causing, but I also know people like that don't even live in Texas, and they're like, I'm flying in just for the eclipse, and I'm
Mhm.
flying into San Antonio, right? And I'm like, are you? And flights have
crazy.
cost of flights have like tripled, for Monday and or Sunday and Tuesday and all the surrounding time frames. But
Yeah,
Mhm.
it's insane. And then they start the fear mongering, which is what really bothers me. Because then they're like, make sure you have gas, make sure you have cash, make sure you have this. It's like, is the world ending during those 5 minutes? I'm not quite following all of this.
I'll go outside for a minute and a
Keep
half.
your dogs in.
during
Don't let them
lunch.
outside.
Yeah.
Your cell
Da,
phone
da, da,
service
da.
is gonna be disrupted. Like,
And then I
on
heard
and
a
on and
whole
on.
a whole thing about they say our power grid's going to go down because so many people have to turn on lights and everything, and plus air conditioning, and so it's going to bring the grid down. Like, could you say anything else is going to happen to us?
I don't know. I think one news station said 700,000 people on flights
Insane.
are coming to San Antonio, and so that doesn't even count the people driving in. And in Texas, the whole path and thing. I'm like 700,000. I thought that's a ton.
It's
but-
crazy. It's crazy.
Yeah. So
So someone here says we homeschool and have glasses, and they'll go out and watch if they can. Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, I have glasses. I have 4. I'm one person, and I have 4.
I bought some to give out to clients just
Yeah.
in case they needed it.
So, but I'm gonna go outside and watch it. I asked Antonio if he wanted to watch it, and he said his whole school is gonna watch it. And I did notice on the little billboard, it's not a completely closed campus, but between like a couple of hours, which are right around the eclipse, it's closed campus. You can't come and get the kids if you had a doctor's appointment or had to take them somewhere. You just can't get them in those 2 hours because they're probably gonna be outside with
Yeah.
all of the kids from the school, right? I mean, it's during the school days, so they either make the decision to have all the children and teach them about the eclipse,
Yeah.
or to close the school and let them enjoy it at home, with
Yeah.
their family.
I
So-
know Audrey, she's not going to school that day because they closed it all down. I don't think they want the school bus drivers on the road and having that responsibility of being stuck in traffic with that many kids. So.
And then they have the warning signs out that if you're on the highway, you're not allowed to stop to watch it. It's like, dude, would people like really do that? It just boggles my mind sometimes.
I wouldn't be surprised.
Like the
honestly.
craziness and
I
hype. And then
wouldn't
I'm
be
thinking,
surprised.
is there all this hype and then it's going to turn out to rain that day? Because we do have a lot of
True.
rain.
We have been having
Yes.
rain.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, oh gosh, so funny. Belinda says they're going to be in the path for totality. And they're all stocking up on groceries and gas tanks. See? Isn't that crazy? Yeah.
Wow. I mean, it's just one day for like
Yeah.
4 or 5 minutes.
I know
Are
people
you
are
gonna
like
run
just-
out of groceries in 4 or 5 minutes?
I know, that's what I'm saying. What do they think that, like, if the power goes out, then, is it like our snowmageddon that we had, I don't know.
Maybe, I don't know.
We're gonna have
Crazy.
to start boiling water again. I don't know.
Yeah, so, anyway, well, I think that's all we have today.
I just
Oh,
sorry.
no, go ahead.
Okay.
Yeah, we have 10
Yeah,
minutes.
we have 10 more
there's,
minutes. I didn't know if we had anything.
There's this lawsuit going on with the National Association of Realtors.
Oh,
If you've heard of it,
I
it's
haven't.
about the buyer's agent commission and who buys it, or who pays for it, and about it being negotiable. So that lawsuit comes into effect in the summer, June or July. Don't quote me.
so who pays for it now?
The sellers. So the sellers usually will all the commissions are negotiable. So the norm here is usually 6%, and then this listing agent takes 3%, and then the buyer's agent takes 3%. So the lawyers found a loophole with this, and so the lawyers are basically getting all the money from it, and NAR has to pay like it's just some crazy ridiculous number. So things are going to be changing a little bit in the real estate agent. It'll probably weed out some of the bad agents. So change always happens. Don't freak out. It'll be okay. It'll probably
So
mean
the
more
lawyers
paperwork.
are getting the money now?
The lawyers are getting the majority. It's
Of
basically
the 6% or just the 3%?
No, of the lawsuit.
Oh, the lawsuit.
The lawsuit that's going on.
Okay.
So don't believe the hype. On the news, they're saying that buyer's agent commission was not negotiable, and it is. All commission is negotiable. So I just had to spill it out. Don't freak out. It'll be okay.
What are they? I don't understand what they're suing for, though, to say that.
The buyer's commission needs to be talked about a little bit more. Like, who's going to cover it? Is the seller going to continue to cover it, or the buyer's going to cover it? Or is it going to be under concessions? It's going to be more paperwork, for sure. In the summer, it might be a little bit crazy purchasing a home. It might be more paperwork signed, or just more discussion about commissions.
So is the goal so that the seller won't have to pay it? Is that kind of what?
Kind of.
Okay.
Or it just needs to be talked about more. It needs to be negotiated.
I've only bought 2 houses and I've only sold 1. And when I sold and I had to pay both sides of the commission,
Yeah.
I will admit that I thought it was unfair. I was like, the buyer should pay their realtor and the seller should pay their realtor. I don't know why. I don't know why I'm paying 6% for both of y'all, right? Like, I just don't get it. But
We'll see.
clearly I was the minority because I still ended up paying the full 6%.
Yeah. So, I mean, it's something that does need to be talked with more. And again, we still don't know about it.
The housing market, more drama.
Yes, lots
Right.
of drama.
The housing market is tough.
Yes.
It's very
But
tough.
I believe by the end of the 4th quarter, we should be
Oh my gosh.
dropped.
Hannah Lind just said, I know of a man from her small village in Denmark who is flying over to be here for the or the solar eclipse.
Yeah.
That is
I'm telling
amazing.
you. Yeah, I'm
That
telling
is
you.
absolutely amazing to me.
People from all over are flying in.
Well, all I know is I have meetings scheduled for work all day.
I don't have
and they're
meetings
all
scheduled.
virtual meetings. So I'm thinking, well, if the power goes out, we get out of that meeting. So then I was scheduling a meeting, and I'm like, oh, I don't want to schedule it at 2:00 because that's when the solar eclipse is happening.
Yeah, I think at my place it's at 1:33.
Yeah, I think
and I
ours
don't have a meeting at that point, and I think I have 1 minute and 56 seconds of darkness. So I'm in the path of total darkness,
fun.
but not right in the center to where my total darkness is as long as the centers. So
Okay. Well, some of the people in Denmark are getting some sleep, so hopefully, if you are, you get some good rest.
Yes.
And
But thank you for joining
thank
us.
yeah,
we
thank you
really
so much for
appreciate
joining
it.
us, and we hope everyone enjoys the rest of the knit-a-thon. I've been enjoying all the podcasts so far, so looking forward to some more. We're just getting into our evening here, so I have some good knitting time ahead of me. So, all right, ladies and gentlemen and knitters, thanks for joining us.
Yes.
We'll see you next time. Bye.
Bye.